and welcome to the flagship. The NNPC did not start to measure and benchmark its activities by the Transparency, Accountability and Performance Excellence tape until 8th July 2019, and ever since, the doctrine had become ever so pervasive with the opening up of its books and the publication of its audited financial statements as palpable and landmark manifestations of the dividends. Not only has tape become ingrained into the DNA of the National Oil Company, acknowledgements and commendations of this feat keeps being recorded, for instance from the Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, EITI. That's by way of combined introduction and proceeding from there to a more topical issue of disruptions in the petroleum product supply and distribution of last week has eased out. Unexpectedly so, NNPC advised Nigerians to calm down and no panicking. Remember? While all of that played out, OML 40 came into the news, not for the cheering reasons, but thankfully not for the worse either. Searchlight is also on the NPDC. There's probably a lot you need to know about this strategic upstream subsidiary of the NNPC, all coming after the break. My name is Akin Agbijule. This is Oil and Gas Forum.
No panic to buy fuel for black market. NNPC go bring fuel for all motorists.
NNPC say them get fuel jabrata for ground. So therefore, no buy black market, no do panic buying. Enough fuel there we go round.
NNPC, we touch your lives in many positive ways.
The Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative, EITI, a multi-stakeholder coalition that promotes extractive transparency and accountability in over 50 countries, has commended the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Malam Kyari, for honoring his commitment to promote and deepen the culture of transparency and accountability in the corporation. In a letter addressed to Malam Kyari, the EITI's Executive Director Mark Robinson commented, quote, "The NNPC has set a good example and could lead in championing transparency for other NOCs in Africa," end of quote. Recognizing NNPC's commitment to the EITI principles, the global body has invited Malam Kyari to speak at its virtual workshop on the topic Learning from Mainstreaming Disclosure Efforts, scheduled for December 2020. This workshop is expected to explore further opportunities for making the systematic disclosure of extractive data the norm. The EITI has welcomed NNPC's recent transparency efforts, such as the monthly publication of its financial and operations reports since 2016, as well as the recent publication of the corporation's 2018 and 2019 audited financial statements. These efforts demonstrate the corporation's continued commitment to openness in its business dealings. According to Robinson, a review of the group's audited financial statement shows that NNPC has reduced its losses by 99.7% from 803 billion naira in 2018 to 1.7 billion naira in 2019, which is attributable to a huge increase in profit from the operations of the subsidiaries. This is indeed an indication of good practice and commitment to the principles of transparency and accountability. Malam Kyari has made opening of the books of the corporation for public scrutiny a cardinal point of his leadership under the Transparency, Accountability and Performance Excellence tape initiative, which he launched on assumption of office in July 2019. Normalcy has returned to the supply and distribution of petroleum products in Abuja and its environs, and also across some states that witnessed a brief hiccup occasioned by the curfews and restriction of movement to curb the end SARS protests in Lagos. A cross-section of motorists applauded the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) and one of a downstream subsidiaries, the Petroleum Products Marketing Company (PPMC), for working round the clock to restore normalcy to the situation. The motorists, who were visibly happy with the seamless supply of petroleum products, also lauded the NNPC and the various unions in the downstream sector for the close working relationships which has entrenched zero fuel queues in the country for some time now.
It's been back to normal. Yeah, we experienced some scarcity a week ago or two, but now it's back to normal. So everything is fine.
Actually, it was early last week. It's like they are going to be panic buying. But for now, I think things are coming back to normal.
The present situation is a bit better than before, but the availability is now improved. So that's what I can say about that.
There's fuel everywhere now. No challenge. I just came in here and I got fuel. So everything is all right now.
Now it's still okay. Nothing like, you can say everybody is buying and going away. There's no problem.
Here in Nasarawa State, the fuel situation, as you can see, there's no any difficulties. The motorists are coming in peacefully and, taking their product in a very good atmosphere, and they were going out without any conjunctions.
Also speaking in an interview, the managing director of PPMC, Musa Lawan, assured Nigerians that there was sufficient availability of petroleum products for Nigerians ahead of the forthcoming 2020 Yuletide and festive season.
Oh, we have a robust plan in the ember months to make sure that we have a minimum of 2 billion liters in terms of availability of products, both again on marine and then in our depots. That will keep the country weight.
The Nigerian Petroleum Development Company, NPDC, an upstream subsidiary of the NNPC, reported an explosion at a production facility of oil mining lease OML 40, involving its partners Elcrest Exploration and Production Nigeria Limited, which occurred in the course of carrying out production evacuation at Betiokun Early Production Facility. A statement by the Group General Manager, Group Public Affairs Division, Dr. Kenny Obateru, stated that there were no fatalities or injuries and no significant spill as well. There was, however, some damage on the marine storage vessel MT Harcourt, which will eventually impact production by about 10,000 barrels of oil per day. NNPC has since commenced investigation to ascertain the cause of the incident with a view to averting future occurrence.
The Nigerian Petroleum Development Company Limited, NPDC, an upstream subsidiary of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC), was established in 1988 to operate petroleum exploration and production business. Thus, the company became the first indigenous oil and gas company in Nigeria. NPDC core services include exploration, drilling, development and production. The company engages in oil and gas activities in the hydrocarbon-rich region of coastal Nigeria, onshore, offshore and in the swamp. Our operations are concentrated in 6 states in the Niger Delta region, namely Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo, Imo and Rivers. NPDC's vision is to be Nigeria's leading exploration and production company with significant global presence. Mission: NPDC is an oil and gas company operating responsibly, delivering value to stakeholders, and applying the best industry practices and technologies. NPDC is involved in 33 concessions, 26 oil mining leases, and 7 oil prospecting licenses. 100% ownership of 9 blocks, oil mining leases 11, 13, 64, 65, 66, 98, 111, 116, and 119. 55% equity in 8 blocks, oil mining leases 4, 26, 30, 34, 38, 40, 41, and 42. 60% equity in 5 blocks, oil mining leases 24, 60, 61, 62, and 63. Varied interest in 7 deep water concessions. Non-equity operations in 4 blocks in selected NNPC joint venture fields. We are currently the 5th largest producer of crude oil in Nigeria, the 2nd single largest producer of gas in Nigeria, the owner and operator of the 7th largest floating production, storage and offloading vessel in Nigeria, FPSO Mistras, with 1.03 million barrels of crude oil capacity. The growth witnessed by NPDC over the last few years is a testimony of the rising pedigree of local operators in the upstream sector of the Nigerian economy. And this is not unconnected to the federal government's support and confidence in the ability of Nigerians to compete in the sector where foreigners used to have an almost complete dominance. Taking advantage of the divestment by IOCs, NPDC leveraged the opportunities to transform from a small player with a production